Praise the Lord, everybody. Chris Davis, MC Raymer, coming back to you with another pointer from Relationship 101. You know, one day I was outside and was feeding my dog, and he was literally right behind me, and I didn't know it. So when I stepped back, I stepped on one of his paws, and he like that. And so I immediately was like, oh my God, and I kind of tried to love it up and, hey, I didn't mean to. And the crazy thing is he understood because he knows my character. He knows I'm not trying to ever hurt him because, he's a good dog. Now, the reason I say that is because sometimes in relationships, our spouse hurts us. And a lot of times it's really, really not intentional. Sometimes the people you're closest to hurt you, but you got to know that person. You got to know their heart. Because just because somebody hurt you doesn't mean they intended to do it. Just like my dog, I didn't intend to step on his paw. I didn't know he was standing there. Last I saw him, he was on my left side, and when I stepped back, he was behind my right foot. So he kind of moved out of the position that he was in, and so that's what caused it. Now, I'm not blaming him. All I'm saying is I hurt him without intending to. And so many times in relationship, the person who we love, they say something and they really don't intend to hurt us, but because of our background or because of the day we had, we take it a certain way and we get offended and immediately start going off. Because we have the mentality, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. Well, wait a minute, is that the Christian mentality? Jesus, when he was about to go to the cross, even though he was beat, lied on, talked about all this stuff, on the cross he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That tells me that some of the people who hurt him did it without an accurate knowledge of who he was to them. There were two thieves on the cross. One pretty much made fun and whatever, but the other, he saw his actions and he asked for forgiveness. So this message is really for both sides of it. If your spouse or loved one has hurt you, make sure that they didn't intend to hurt you, because sometimes we hurt the ones we love unintentionally because they're so close to us that we stepped back from one situation and stepped on their foot. But it wasn't intended to step on their foot. It was in the wrong place at the right time. So it's in essence the wrong place. And then secondly, if you've been hurt and the person intended to hurt you, they may have done something and you said, but that was intentional. But was it really intended to hurt you? A lot of times people have gone through things in their past and they're doing things that they don't intend to harm you in any way, but because of your past and your perception of the situation, you take it that way. Or maybe you take a portion of it without looking at the full circumstance. For instance, say your spouse goes out and buys you an item of clothing and they buy it in, color of yellow. They've never bought you anything yellow before, but you hate yellow and you've never communicated that to your spouse. So they bring you this beautiful yellow garment and you slap go off. How dare you bring me this yellow thing knowing I don't like yellow? But if you've never communicated that to them, they don't know. So they were trying to do something good, but in essence, they did something that harmed you. Now, their intention and their heart was pure, but you received it a certain way because, maybe something happened in your past and you don't like yellow, or you just don't like the color yellow. But you haven't communicated that with them, so they think what they're doing is good and something that you would want. But because of you and the way you perceive it, you take it the wrong way. That's just a relationship nugget. Evaluate the situation. 3 things it takes to make a relationship work: love, submission, and forgiveness. God bless.